Hey, beautiful soul. Before we jump into the episode, I want to know, did you know that I have a completely free virtual new moon circle called Co-Create every single month? This stemmed out of a constant request for a space or a church that taught so many different spiritual modalities, tools, systems, beliefs, and I didn't have any place to send them. So I created it. In Co-Create, this is the space that I want to bring to you to learn how to create a connection to yourself, your energetics, and the divine in a community that won't make you feel like a weirdo. A space where you can ask any question you want, where we get to dive into so many systems and beliefs and tools, and you get to pick and choose what feels good for you. So you can learn what it means to truly co-create with the universe, God, source, for flow, trust, and surrender, to connect with other women who are spiritually curious in a space that's safe, sacred, and inspirational. It's your space for you to find your people and lean into new spiritual practices to truly co create with the universe or God or source or whoever you feel connected to. You'll gain tools and knowledge to understand what it really means to lean into the universal laws and become magnetic, all while being held by massive feminine energy. I've been hosting these free new moon circles for almost a year now, and it's definitely one of my most sacred spaces, and it's completely free for you every single month. Diana said that she made a promise to herself that she would work on her personal development and growth journey earlier in 2024. So I reached out to her and asked her for a testimonial to share with us. And what she said was Adriana's membership community and Co-Create has accelerated that and more. I have had multiple breakthroughs from finding a new career path, improving my mental health by reducing my anxiety and depression through journaling, meditation, and breath work, improving my physical health, doing walking meditations are my jam, strengthening my marriage and relationships, improving my money mindset, and just setting up a routine that complements my design. I've learned to embrace challenges as a sign of growth. I will continuously do my best to be in harmony with myself, with this world, and the universe. I have never felt so seen, heard, safe, and supported. Her community and Co-Create has helped me connect to my true authentic self, to move with grace and intention, to embrace everyone's uniqueness. And we each have a special gift and are collectively part of this world to show and share it this way. Thank you so much, Diana, for sharing all of your reflections and how Co-Create and my community has changed your life. And now I want to share it with everyone else. The link to register is in the show notes below. Even if you register for 1 month, you will automatically be signed up to be able to join every single month for as long as you're on the list. So you don't have to repeat it every month. You will always get on the list. You will always have the Zoom link available. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Now enjoy the episode. Welcome to the No BS Human Design Podcast. I'm Adriana Keefe, human design coach and motivational speaker. I went through my quarter life crisis in my 20s and had to learn how to navigate through finding what I was meant to be doing with my life. I refused to believe in the culture that said we were all meant to have the same path and boring careers until we retire and die. And along my journey, I found human design, a system that reveals your energetic blueprint, showing you where and how to access your body's consciousness and how to live as your true self. Human design changed my life, so I started sharing it with others and changing their lives, but we were all finding the same problem: a lack of resources that explain the system in easy and useful ways. So I created this show where we dive deep into the lessons of the human design system without the BS and the noise you find on the internet. Listen in for lessons in human design, finding your purpose, manifestation and spiritual practices, human design within business, and so much more. We connect with other experts in the human design and spiritual realm in a refreshingly honest way to help you find your way along your spiritual path and live this life with intention. It's time to let go of the societal expectations of being and let yourself find abundance through being uniquely you. Let's get started. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to the No BS Human Design Podcast. I've got such a treat for you today. I randomly had the thought, call it a download, call it spirit, I don't know, to ask my daughters if they would like to interview me on the show. So I have with me two beautiful little girls. We are not putting the video version up for obvious privacy reasons. So on YouTube, it'll be audio only. So if you're listening right here, then that's the best that you're gonna get. So I'm going to take a second to introduce them and let my girls say hello. Brooklyn is 10, and she is a 2/4 emotional manifestor. And Reagan is, how old are you, Reagan?
5.
Oh, she's 5, and she's a 1/3 sacral generator. So girls, would you like to say hello real quick?
Hello.
So Brooklyn, our 10-year-old, has a little list of questions, but this could honestly go in any direction. I asked not to see the questions beforehand so that I just get to be surprised and answer in whatever way I feel like I can. These could be absolutely ridiculous questions. I have no idea. But what I will say is both girls have in the past listened to information about their design. And I want to ask Brooklyn, since I think she's listened to more of it. Brooklyn, do you feel like your information that you've learned as being a manifestor, do you feel like that has felt good for you and feels like you?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you remember what parts of it feel like you?
No.
No.
I just remember it. That's okay.
Make sure you just speak up a little bit loudly, okay?
Okay.
Awesome. All right, so we're just going to dive in then. So Brooklyn, I want you to use that big manifestor voice and ask me your first question.
What do you like to do
What do I like to do in general?
in your job?
Oh, in my job. Ooh, that's a great question. I do work in a lot of different ways. So I work with people privately, like it's just me and them on Zoom. We have everything virtual now. But I also work with people in like small groups, and I also work with people in big, big groups. I have a whole community that I love to teach in. And one of my favorite things to do is to bring people into my world to learn things that I'm really excited about. So, of course, human design really excites me.
That answered my second question.
Oh.
What's your favorite thing to do about your job?
Wait, wasn't that your first question?
No, what you like, what do you do? And then the second question is what's your favorite?
Okay. So I love them all for different reasons because I'm a manifesting generator, which means that I love to keep things different, do things differently, not do the same thing all the time.
That's boring.
So I love to be able to work with people individually and also in the small groups and also go speak at places sometimes, right? Like mixing it up is fun for me, but however I can talk to people about what I love and what I'm excited about and see the excitement in them come out, that's what I love most. What's your next question?
How do you do your job?
Do you mean like technically, like what do I do each day?
Yeah.
Mostly sit here at this computer. I know it doesn't feel very glamorous, but actually that's the technical answer would be that I sit here and I connect with people. But there's a whole lot more that goes on behind the scenes. Because of the work that I do, there's a lot of people that I heal with alongside them. And I have to be in my highest energetic vibration to be able to do that kind of work. So what you don't always see that happens throughout my workday is sitting, you see that altar behind me where my candles and stuff are? Yep. I will sit there and I'll meditate. I'll do my Kundalini yoga. I will do my tapping. I'll pull cards. Anything that I need to do that day that feels like a ritual where my energy feels really good and clean. So a lot of my days are sitting here, yes, talking to people or writing emails or something like that. But there's also a whole bunch that goes on behind the scenes, especially when I sit at that altar right there.
Are these the cards you do?
Yeah, some of them. My 5-year-old just picked up my Mary Magdalene Revealed Oracle deck that I just finally got after looking for it for like almost a year.
Okay, next question. Do you like your job?
I love my job. Just yesterday, I was chatting with my group of friends, and this specific group were all intuitive psychics, mediums, and we were just talking about last night I hosted a workshop inside the Constellation Club, which is a really cool astrologer named Eliza Kelly's community. And I hosted a workshop that had like 100 people in it. And everyone loved it. Like the chat was blowing up and it felt so deeply satisfying for me. And then one of my friends in our group chat was saying how she just hosted a medium night and had really cool experiences where like someone's dad came through. And we were just saying in that group message last night how cool our jobs are. That we get to just be here doing the things that we obsess over. And that's how we make a living. Isn't that so cool? What's up, Reagan? Yeah. Reagan, did you have a question?
No.
Okay. All right. What other questions you got for me?
What do you plan on doing in your job in the future?
Oof, girl. Well, I remember how we popped some sparkling cider a couple weeks ago and celebrated something?
Yeah.
Because I was offered my first keynote speaking opportunity. Do you remember what that means?
Nope, not at all.
Keynote speaker is like when you see someone speaking on stage to a bunch of people. So that is what I will be doing as a keynote speaker. And I see a lot more of that in my future. So more than hosting small workshops. I'm talking like speaking on big stages at big conferences. I also see myself at some point, somehow, somewhere, getting into the bigger world of media. So like TV, news, that kind of stuff, and sharing on human design, kind of like how they have a celebrity astrologers out there, like Eliza Kelly. I see that for my path too. So doing things really in a big way in the news and media and stuff like that with human design and spirituality. Yes, Reagan.
Can I do these?
Yes, you can play with my oracle cards. Okay. What you got next, B?
What job do you like more, this job or your old job?
Oh, this one. This one, hands down. There's a reason I'm not in my old jobs anymore.
I mean, when I was very little, with the pets.
Right, yeah. I went to
When you were a
school.
vet?
Yep, I went to school for veterinary, and I worked with animals all my life. I volunteered before I actually was in the veterinary field. And sometimes our passions aren't actually our soul's purpose here. So there was always a piece missing. I loved helping animals. We still help animals. I mean, how many pets do we have, Brooklyn?
I think 11.
You think 11? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, there's probably 11.
We should mention there's 5 chickens. So
5 chickens, 2 dogs.
Speak into the microphone.
5 chickens, 2 dogs, 2 guinea pigs, 3 cats.
Yep.
Too many.
And half of them are special needs or need some sort of help, right? So I always have a heart for animals. I love to help with animals. And there was a big piece missing for me. I never fully felt satisfied when I was in that job, and I didn't know why. It took a long time to understand why. It took just following the things that made me curious and made me excited to start to see why I was never fully satisfied in that job. And that's what landed me here. What other good questions you got for me?
I think that's it.
You think that's it? Speak into the microphone.
That's it.
That's it? Nothing else you want to know?
No.
Do you want to talk about God and spirituality?
Sure.
Okay. So what do you believe in right as of right now that exists out there that's bigger than us?
I don't know what you call it, but what you believe in, whatever that's called.
What do you mean?
I believe in 2 different things.
Okay, tell me.
Like the witch thing that you believe in and God.
The witch things. Okay, so first talk to me about the witch things. What do you mean?
When you said you're a witch.
Mm-hmm. And where does the belief system come in that? What does that make you believe in? Does it just feel, do you just feel like you're like a witchy kind of person?
No.
Okay, so talk to me about why you believe in that.
Because you're my mom.
Yeah, and?
I don't know.
Okay, so do you believe that we as humans can have like magical powers?
Mm.
That's not a trick question. Yeah, so does it feel like that kind of witchy belief?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Not
sense.
everybody does.
Hi,
Yeah.
Mom.
Hi, Dean. Hey, you can sit, but we're just recording right now, so it's gonna be a minute, okay?
Mama,
Oh, she's okay. She's okay. Leave her. Sorry, Casey. There's gonna be a lot of editing in this
Mama.
episode.
Come on.
Yeah. fall.
Nina, come.
Okay. Shh. She's fine. No, leave Luna. She's fine.
No.
Dean, we're recording right now. We need to shh. Okay. Okay. Dean, you need to stop. Yes, go play tablet.
Okay.
Sorry, Casey. This is totally a brutal one.
If you hear me crying, can you go downstairs?
Yes, you'll be fine. Okay. So, getting back to how you have a belief of witchy, what am I trying to say? I don't know, witchy spirituality. So by that you mean you believe in our ability to be able to create magic. That's what the belief is, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I second that. Okay. Now talk to me about your second belief system. What?
I don't know how to say it.
You said you believe in God.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know how to say it. It'll work.
Well, you did say it. Do you believe that it's like a big man in the sky, or do you believe that it's just like this big, powerful energy?
What do you mean by big, powerful energy?
Well, when you think of God, who is God?
The man who created the earth
Okay.
and created all living things.
Speak up nice and loud.
The man who created the earth and created all living things.
Okay. And so what part of that do you believe in?
That he created a lot of living things. Because sometimes, remember when I told you that I had pink eye sometime in the morning, and then I asked him? And then a few hours later I woke up again. Because it was early. It was like 5 a.m. when I woke up before. And my eyes weren't goopy. They weren't red anymore. And I didn't have pink eye anymore.
That also sounds like a bit of your own magic.
How?
Doesn't it? Because you asked your body to heal something. You asked something to be healed, and it did. So I'm just going to throw that out there. That is also a bit of your own magic.
Does this look like God?
Ah, Reagan has my Mary Magdalene deck where it has a picture of Jesus. Yep, it's a picture of Jesus. Or
Jesus and
Yeshua.
God are like the same thing. No,
they're different.
That's the sun.
Yeah. Okay, so Brooklyn. So you do believe that there is a man who created all of life then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what other beliefs do you have around that?
What do you mean by that? I don't get it.
Well, I'm just curious. So it sounds like you do have this belief of like a big man in the sky kind of thing.
Close enough. Yeah.
Close enough. Okay. All right. And so does that belief feel good to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does this
look
like God?
Do you still feel like as you're going through life, you are open to understanding and seeing other religions and beliefs?
Maybe. I don't know.
So as long as it feels good for you, that's what matters. Right? Yeah. And so for me, I view things a little bit differently. I don't believe that a man created everything. For me, that's actually really interesting to think about because women create life in our wombs, right? Like when I was pregnant with you, I created you in my belly, right? So it's interesting. It's an interesting concept to think that a man could have created all of life. I also really love science, so I love to learn about like the Big Bang Theory and physics, but it's so much deeper than that because let me ask you this, do you believe in aliens?
It depends on what type of aliens.
Yes. So do you believe that there's life somewhere else in the universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So like what if that life created us?
That's a bit confusing.
Right? Well, all of it's confusing because all of it, because there's just a million different ways you could look at it and none of it can truly make sense. It's all just different beliefs that make us feel safe, right? So it's very interesting. I think it's all magic. I think everything is energy and magic.
Yeah, he does. That's what I believe. He does have magic.
I think you have magic too.
What?
You have magic. That's what like if you want to call it witchy, that's what witchiness is. It's creating your own magic, right?
No, you better not have butchers in there.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So interesting. Anything else you want to ask?
No.
No? You're over this conversation already? Typical manifestor, she's out.
I'm not over it. It's been 15 minutes.
Yeah, we usually do an hour. We don't have to do an hour, Brooklyn. Yeah. Okay, nothing else?
Nope.
Other questions? Well, I will say it's been really fun learning about manifestor energy through you. Really fun. Especially as your 2-4 profile. You love people, but you also need a solid amount of alone time. Does that feel right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they get annoying.
Yeah, right. And that's okay. You just need to remember to have alone time when you're feeling like aggravated or angry. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I want to ask you this question. What does the feeling of success at something feel like for you?
Like you completed something and you achieved a really big goal that you've had for a while.
What about the feeling of satisfaction?
Satisfying sounds.
Satisfying sounds? What, like ASMR?
Yep, slime ASMR.
Okay. What about the feeling of disappointment?
Like sad. And you're never going to complete anything in life. Even though that's not true.
What about the feeling of surprise?
I don't like being surprised.
You don't like being surprised?
When someone surprises me, I don't like the surprises. I like whatever you're giving me. I don't care what it is. I like it. I just don't like surprises.
Okay. So these feel like they're all like logical answers. Like you thought about them and gave a logical answer. So I'm going to ask you 2 more questions then. What does anger feel like for you? Like
in demonic demon mode.
Oh, wow. Like your whole body?
Not my whole body. Not always, most of it.
And what about the feeling of peace?
Like calm, gentle, soft-hearted.
Oh, soft-hearted. That's a really nice word. Yeah.
Side-eye.
Do you feel like you experience that feeling of peace sometimes?
Yeah.
Like a lot of time or sometimes?
It's in between.
In between?
Most of the time.
Speak up nice and loud.
Most of the time.
Most of the time?
Not all the time.
Well, no, not all the time. But that's really cool that it's most of the time. So what if I told you that as a manifestor, the energy that you're going to feel when you're doing things that are really correct for you, that are really right for you, is that feeling of peace. So when you do something, maybe it's when you create a project, like one of your fashion sketches or something like that, and you feel really good about them, it could be that feeling of peace that you feel. Calm, soft-heartedness. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be fun to start paying attention to that throughout your day. Make sense?
Sorry, this dry skin is annoying.
All right. Well, any other questions or anything you want to ask me about your design?
No.
No?
That's it.
Look at, she's so over it so quickly.
What? How? It's been 18 minutes, Mom. I'm not over it so quickly. Not as over it as quickly as Dean.
Okay.
The second he comes in, he'll be like, Mom, can I have a tablet? Peace.
All right. Well, thank you, Brooklyn, for being here, for asking me these questions. Thank you, Reagan, who has since exited the interview because she got so bored, so she went to go play with my oracle cards and lay down. Thanks, Ray.
At least I stayed longer than them.
Reagan, do you have any questions? No?
I think she's tired.
Meow, she meowed at me. Well, I will say, with Reagan being a 1-3...
I said no.
Oh, with her being a 1-3 sacral generator, she is obsessed with learning. Like, think about when Reagan all of a sudden learned about mosquitoes, and then she wanted to watch all the YouTube videos on mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's
On
weird.
On Daddy's phone, yeah.
I like blood, but
And then when she learns about literally anything, she goes down the deep rabbit holes, and she wants to learn about all of it, right?
I eat blood. Not times, though.
Not what?
Not times.
Oh, multiplication?
Yeah, when I tried to teach her,
Well,
she was like, nope.
She's learning how to read right now, and she's obsessed with it. She comes home asking me to show her, like, let her read the book to me. She asks me to hide all her words around the house. That's the typical energy of the one, just obsessed with learning, right, Reagan?
Meow.
And she's meowing. That's our cue that we're done here. All right, well, thank you, girls, for being guests on the show today. I appreciate you.
Oh my.
I said bye.
They're waving goodbye.
I said
Yeah.
bye. I said bye in cat language.
Peace, people.
Meow.
Thanks so much for listening, guys. I will see you next week.
Meow, meow.